How are you?
Good.
Good.
So what's going on?
Nothing. Hump day. It's another day.
Okay, so can you tell me what's been going on since last time I saw you?
Oh.
What have you been doing? What have you been doing
Yeah,
for your job?
Well, at work there's this new bureaucratic regulations, so it's not just the principal who's in charge of me and the superintendent, it's Big Brother, the government, so they're stressed out, I'm stressed out about it, everyone's trying to feel out how it's going to go down. It's a lot of online reporting.
Can you just explain that to me a little more so that I understand exactly what you're talking about?
Yeah, so it used to be you would get one observation by one person for every year, and that's it. But now it's that mixed in with walkthroughs, mixed in with pre and post counseling, mixed in with this online website called PATEP where you have to report when you've done stuff. So one thing's called Domain 4, and everyone's worried about it because it's like, how do you help the community outside of your classroom? So luckily with the highlight tape, my soccer games, and running open gyms, I'm going to be okay on that one. But the other ones are still pretty foggy, man.
So what do you mean by walkthroughs?
So instead of just showing up once each year, they're going to do that, but on top of that, they're going to surprise you about 5 times and see if you're a good teacher or not.
So that seems like it would be really stressful because you don't know when they're coming.
Absolutely. But I think the main thing is that it's supposed to make the system more objective, but it doesn't. At the end of the day, it's still, if they're mad or don't like you or whatever, a walkthrough could be like 10 minutes, so they could form a bunch of opinions in that 10 minutes. So I think it's still, the subjectivity of it is stressful.
Well, I think that there's not really much that you can do about it because it's a state program, but how do you think it's affecting your ability to do your job or how you're doing your job?
It's a first world problem at worst, but it's not making it any easier. There's a counterintuitiveness to this that it's just a time waster. Time waster with the icing of stressfulness.
So do you think that you being stressed is affecting your ability to teach in any way?
You know, it shouldn't, but I'm not a cyborg teacher robot, so there's probably at some level, it probably is. I mean, I feel like it is, but I might just be overly emotional about it right now.
Okay. Do you think it's affecting you outside of work?
Once again, it has to be. You don't want to, like, self-fulfilling prophecy, trick yourself into being sick or being, I'm too stressful. But it's a unnecessary headache that could, Twilight Zone style, could make me not have a job anymore.
Okay. So that might be stressing you out financially, maybe?
Oh, I'm stressed. Yeah, well, we got a new contract, and they didn't give us that 6-figure teacher contract that I heard so much about, and I'm still making the peanuts, and so yeah, I mean, it's a cumulative effect, but for sure. What do you think? How do you think I should approach something like that? Like you said, it's government run, but still, it's. I feel like I don't want to just like accept it.
Well, you can't really change because that's the function of your job that's required for your job. You can't change what you have to do, but you can change the way that it's affecting you if it's making you overly stressed. So you said something about thinking that you are stressed, but you can't think of specific ways it's affecting you.
Yeah.
One thing I think that would be good to do is to maybe sit down and think about that a little bit and try to see if it really is affecting you in other ways and how.
Okay. And I think maybe I could find time to relax, right?
Right.
So like, just spitballing here, I could watch football or play some type of football related gambling game, right? But that, what do you think about that?
You don't think that you have time to relax right now?
Well, I think I'm just worried if the stress is coming in on the highway of stressfulness, that may, like you said, I can't control this stuff. So maybe I find ways to help cope with it. Do you think that?
I think that's a great idea.
Oh, nice.
So do you have any ideas on how you could do that?
Well, I thought the football thing, like the watching the football, playing the gambling football,
So
petting animals.
are you able to make time for something like that to kind of counteract the
Well, I
stress
did just get married, so it's a ball of wax, man. It's a ball of wax. But I think so.
Well, I think that's important. So how do you think that your marriage is, being a newlywed, is that also putting more stress on you? So then you're stressed at work, and then maybe you're also stressed at home?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like the bad big brother stress. It's like the good stress. I don't want to I don't want to let my buddy down. I want to be good at my job of being a husband. So I think that being aware and conscious of it is a good thing, but at the end of the day, it's definitely more stressful than not a legally binding contract till you die.
So maybe it would be beneficial to think of ways that you and your wife could relax and de-stress together.
Yes. Yeah, that would be good. I'm curious, finding ways, because like you said, I can't control it, so maybe I should look for different outlets to relax. Now I have to take some, the main stressfulness, and why I'm happy we're talking, is that in a couple months I start a coaching thingamajig. I gotta take online classes. I have seasonal affective disorder and school with all the stuff we talked about. So what do you think about when should I have like a journal, or what should I do when I'm feeling overwhelmed with potential future stress?
Well, it seems like you have a lot of ideas about stuff you could do if you're feeling overwhelmed. So
Yeah.
maybe we could try a couple different things and see what works best for you.
Okay.
I think it's important to make sure that even though you're busy and you're stressed out, to take time to be able to relax.
Oh, you're saying it's kind of triggered. I gotta start eating better. I'm eating like a bozo, like a Fruit Loop dingus, and I think maybe that a better in the diet soda pops. Just too many diet soda pops, and I've read some stuff. It's bad. So I think more focus, better diet, maybe some more exercise, more football. Okay.
So again, I think it's good that, one, you realize that you are stressed out, and two, that you have a lot of ideas about ways that you could fix it. You do recognize that it could be eating habits, it could be learning to relax, it could be spending time with your wife. So it's not that you don't have the ideas, it's just implementing them.
Okay. Yeah. Since you're the expert, if I could do one thing or take one first step, and you or I, some type of Freaky Friday switch up, what do you think you would do? What did you first?
Well, I don't think that I should tell you that, because me and you are different people, and I don't want to tell you something that I would do that's not going to work specifically for you. So I wouldn't say that if I were you, I would do this. I think that you do have a lot of good ideas, and that you probably know best the activities that are going to relax you. So I would suggest that you could try different activities and see which ones work for you, and then we could talk about if they worked and how well they worked.
Yes. Oh, there's this Talks Health, and there's this basically support group for teachers that they meet once a week, and they talk about the new observational format, yada yada yada. And I could probably go to that, maybe alleviate some stress, maybe eat a little bit better, maybe wake up earlier so I don't feel rushed.
Well, back to the support group, how has that been an option for a while and you haven't gone?
Yep, too lazy.
Too lazy?
A bit lazy. I'm only human, no, but.
What do you mean? You haven't gone because you feel that you don't have time? What do you mean by lazy?
Yeah, well, there's other things that, so if the meeting is at 3 o'clock and goes to 3:45, and I have to work a soccer game from 3:45 to 7:30, I don't really feel like squeezing that in and doing it, but maybe after further review and then the final analysis, then maybe I should, right?
So your schedule's already tight and you're worried about adding something else to the schedule.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, that's just me feeling entitled and not a bit lazy. Like, I could do it if my cat's life was on the line. I'd do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those things that when your day's so long, you kind of look for moments to relax or chillax, and or maybe get something done that's more relaxing.
So do you think there's something about the group what about the group makes you feel like it wouldn't be relaxing to go since it is specifically for...
Yeah. In the short term, it wouldn't be relaxing because it's just one more thing to do. The opportunity cost of going to the group isn't as interesting as coming home, petting my cat, eating some food, and looking on the World Wide Web. It's really cool. But in the long run, if I'm getting stressed out, I think I need to have more of a long view of these triggers, you know?
Well, it sounds like you've got some plans for yourself.
I think we've figured some things out.
Okay, well, I think we should kind of make a plan for what's going to happen in between now and the next time that we meet. So we've talked about a lot of stuff that could happen.
Yeah. Would keeping a daily journal, would that work, or is that...
If that's something that, have you done something like that before?
Yeah, I tried writing some memoirs at some point and it didn't work, but I could try again.
I think it would be a good idea because it's something that you sound like you like doing anyway, so that could
Would an email be a better plan?
What do you mean?
For when we communicate next time? Should I just write this down on a...
No, I think actually it might be best if you keep an actual journal. I think that might be therapeutic to be able to write out in a journal with your own handwriting. Maybe what happened that day, if you were stressed out, why, and kind of keep track of how you think it might be affecting you in other places in your life.
Okay.
Okay?
Man.
See you next time.
All right, good seeing you.